Issue 199. We start out with Rotor and New Mega Apollo saying that he couldn't sleep, so he set up the link to the Nanite City instead. If he was having such trouble sleeping last night, why didn't he notice Sonic leaving with Shadow to do that mission? After Sonic makes a snarky remark about not understanding, Sally smirks like a know-it-all from it and says that they're setting up a live data stream back to their city to keep everyone back home informed. Sonic is wary about their whole taking down of Eggman being monitored unnecessarily, although it is good morale-wise for the people to see it happen, and Sally says that she, not Hamlin, proposed the idea. Nicole in her handheld form says that the monitors are online here and she's just synced with Rotor, and she asks if she could get a level check. We see Sonic broadcasted on the TV in the Nanite City, charmingly saying hi to his mom just because he's on TV, and Julie Sue says that she's synced with Nicole and will be the contact for their team, and Knuckles tells Sally the Chaotix are ready as all of them smirk. Sonic then smirks looking evil, as Tails looks like his smile is faked from nervousness, which would make sense considering Sonic smirking like he's evil. And Rotor says that he'll keep things under control here. At the Egg Dome, Leonda calls her goons to step it up since the enemy's begun their assault. I see the remains of the Frost and Flame Legion split are still there since she's dividing the Dark Legion into Team Fire and Ice to different entry points. So that's interesting. I hate how they didn't really seem to do anything with the split concept. It feels like they could have not had the Dark Legion split up at all and nothing would have changed. I was expecting that Leonda having her own split Dark Legion would have lasted longer. A lot longer. Leonda orders a goon that every material piece goes to the barricade outside the core chamber and tells him to follow Eggman's blueprints exactly. She says that their plan is all they've got while also complaining that it doesn't make any sense because they're making a barricade with the hole just big enough for Sonic to get through. Dimitri says that while Eggman's plan is madness, honestly I think he's intentionally gouging Sonic to come to him through the hole, their actual plan together is better, but risky. Leonda wonders if they can really trust Snively about his girlfriend, and Dimitri says that they're desperate. He says that their people will be mostly fine, confident in that somehow, and puts heroes in sarcastic quotation marks for some reason as he says that they'll be Eggman's problem. Bunny and Mighty use their super strength to break down a metal wall, and after Amy asks Sonic if he's ready for her to launch him with her hammer, Advance 3 style, he says Speed Dash Special. Isn't it supposed to be called a Spin Dash? I don't remember such misnaming of Sonic's abilities since the early comic days. Once the wall is broken a hole in, Sonic speeds through thanks to Amy launching him in ball form. I guess that form magically protects him from getting injured from her hammer smacking into him, and the heroes barge in. Sally orders that the Freedom Fighters will go to the West Hall, and the Chaotix will go to the East Hall. Sonic jumps on the heads of the Dark Legion goons. Amy attacks him with her hammer, all charmingly happy about the violence. And then Antoine is made to mangle the French language again, as before he warns Bunny about a goon behind her. He says Amour without the U in it before the R. Vector then annoys Julie by asking her if she feels weird blasting her old comrades, and Julie just calls him dense when he's raising a perfectly good point. He just shouldn't be pointing it out right now and risking her hesitating with a ray gun. After Vector lampshades that she still has a cybernetic hair string, they both rescue each other and act like vitriolic best buds about it later. As SBO and Mighty are pinned down near lasers, with Mighty's shell conveniently reflecting them harmlessly, Charmy, Ray, and Saffron all fly to the rescue and attack some goons, with SBO and Mighty commenting all proud that the ones they swore to protect have ended up saving them. Julie says they've got the Dark Legion on the run, and Dimitri then stops them. Linda then gives someone a report about her team's reporting losing on schedule, with the points they were defending nearly fallen. She then naturally hates the cologne Snively's wearing, which his girlfriend sent to him from her part of the world. I hate the way cologne smells. It was nice of her to bother getting him a gift. Then Snively shows racism against Mobians, which hasn't happened in a long time, by assuming that she just hates the cologne because she's not human, and calls them animals. Sally makes a plan, but Sonic tells her she doesn't need it because the Legion just retreated. Dimitri wastes some time talking to Knuckles about stuff we already know, asks him if Knuckles will make him move if he refuses, and the heroes all meet up with each other saying that it was all too easy. Sonic is of course disappointed that they're not even putting up a serious fight, what with them not really being on Eggman's side and all. Bunny tells them that they deserve an easy win after this point. And then they find the barricade with the hole only big enough for one person to squeeze through at a time, meaning it'd be too risky for all of them to go through it, taking forever. And Espio realizes the hole must be an invitation for Sonic. Sally shows her faith in Sonic once again by insisting he can't go in there alone. And Sonic tells her that if they spend all their energy on tearing the wall down, they'll have to fall back, and by then it might be too late. They could have to deal with a counterattack or a retreat for Eggman. Sonic tells Tails with his hand on his head lovingly to find the breaking point for the wall for his friends, and Tails agrees while stuttering a little and wiping his eye from worry, because he has such faith in Sonic. This would be a lot sweeter to see if the camera view wasn't so zoomed in on them and I could actually see more of Tails in the panel. Sonic runs past some Dark Legion goons on a red carpet wondering why they're saluting him, and snidely tells Landau to make sure the Legion holds Sonic's friends at bay until he's sealed in with Eggman, and he tells Dimitri to wait for him at the landing bay on top of the Egg Dome. Sonic lampoons how obvious it is that he's walked into a boss arena place, and then faces off with Eggman and his giant mecha, ending the issue. This issue was by Ian Flynn. In addition to it being great that all of the heroes, the Chaotix and the Freedom Fighters, are working to take down Eggman, which is much more epic and satisfying than most of the heroes being prisoners in Knothole like in issue 50, I like how it makes so much sense that Eggman would be ousted from power this way. Like it's been built up to for the entirety of the comic. Eggman's allies don't like him either, so naturally they'd all plan against him, and that would eventually lead to his overthrowing. And Eggman would eventually get really discouraged from all the losses to Sonic, and let that distract him with all the stress. It really is a shame that this Eggman being overthrown stuff will only be temporary. Considering how the comic ended with 50 million dangling plot threads, it would have been nice if Eggman was still ousted when it ended. But no. Instead, in retrospect, the whole story arc just comes off as a publicity stunt, ratings shark or whatever, because this time, we're finally taking down Eggman once and for all! The next arc really excites me, but still it might have been a more conclusive ending if the comic just ended in the issue after this, if it had to end at all. Honestly, I think I liked issue 50 more. It felt a lot more epic, especially since it was longer, like there was a lot happening in it. I don't know.